Hey guys, welcome to The Sports Entertainer. We have a ton of major wrestling news to share with you guys today, but before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you never miss out on an episode. We start off today's wrestling news with a list of some recently released WWE superstars who will reportedly become free agents next week. Now, things in the wrestling world are definitely going to be getting a bit more exciting this month, as several ex-WWE wrestlers who were released earlier this year, specifically not long after the WWE was sold to Endeavor, will officially become free agents next week, able to potentially sign with any wrestling company they choose, whether that be New Japan Pro Wrestling, All Elite Wrestling, TNA Wrestling, or perform for smaller indie shows that they choose. While some of those September-released WWE superstars only had 30-day non-compete clauses, wrestlers who performed in NXT, most of them had 90-day non-compete clauses, which means that on December 21st, all of these wrestlers will become free agents, with some of the big names being Dolph Ziggler, Shelton Benjamin, Mustafa Ali, Rick Boogs, Dana Brooke, Elias Riddle, Top Dollar, Aaliyah, and Riddick Moss, with several others smaller names listed as well, including Shanky. Regardless, it will be definitely interesting to see where a bunch of these recent WWE releases end up now that they are getting very close to becoming free agents. Rhea Ripley has reached a very impressive milestone in WWE recently, and the current Women's World Champion is closing out 2023 very strongly. Now, Rhea Ripley has been one of the WWE's top stars over this year, so it's only fitting that Rhea continues to break records and set new standards in the company's women's division. And for those of you who may have missed it, a couple of days ago, Wrestle Features on Twitter or X revealed that Rhea Ripley had officially surpassed 250 days as the Women's World Champion. Obviously, that includes Rhea's reign as the SmackDown Women's Champion before being presented with the new belt by Adam Pearce, with this being exactly what Wrestle Features had to say, quote, "Rhea Ripley has now hit 250 days as Women's World Champion in WWE. In those 250 days, Ripley has defended the title 32 times across TV, PLEs, and live events." Quite an impressive accomplishment for the Eradicator, although some fans seem to be less than impressed with Rhea's accomplishment, with one fan saying this in response, quote, "If this was Bianca, y'all would be saying the reign was weak as hell," with another commenter saying this, quote, "It's real shame her reign as champion has been very forgettable, no fault of Rhea though," and another response being worst title reign. Let us know your thoughts on Rhea Ripley surpassing 250 days as the Women's World Champion, and what are your thoughts on Ripley's title run thus far? Now, before we get into the major news surrounding the contract status of not only Seth Rollins and his wife Becky Lynch, which could have massive implications in WWE, we have to talk about the unbelievable segment last night on Monday Night Raw between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. We finally got the face-off that we've wanted ever since Punk returned at Survivor Series, and boy was that ever intense in the most amazing way possible. Like we had predicted, after careful consideration of the offers that SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis and NXT's Shawn Michaels laid down for CM Punk, the cult of personality ended up choosing to take Adam Pearce's offer to join Monday Night Raw, with Punk making it clear that this offer was essentially leaps and bounds better than SmackDown or NXT, though Punk would make it clear that SmackDown and NXT still had tempting offers. The crowd popped like crazy for CM Punk declaring Raw to be his home once again, but the visionary Seth Rollins was there to put an end to that celebration. I mean, this promo that Seth Rollins delivered to CM Punk was truly intense, heartfelt, and seemed like it had many layers of genuine feelings from Rollins. That's what made it so awesome, and Punk kept things short and basically declared that he will be entering the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble match, and possibly setting his sights on Rollins next, who knows. Now, this is shaping up to be a generational feud in WWE between Punk and Rollins, if this face-off and shoot promo is any indication, and we are truly excited for it, but with the latest news that Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch's WWE contracts are expiring next year in 2024, could CM Punk be the final major rival in Seth Rollins' WWE career, for the time being at least? Well, let's look at these breaking reports now, but we just had to give that segment on Raw between Punk and Rollins the praise it deserved. That was truly awesome. Now, the breaking news that was revealed yesterday was that both Seth Rollins, the current World Heavyweight Champion, and his wife and fellow Raw superstar Becky Lynch will become free agents next year in 2024 if they don't sign new WWE contracts in the meantime, because the consensus right now is that both Becky Lynch's and Seth Rollins' WWE contracts will be expiring next year following WrestleMania 40, specifically in June of 2024. Here's what Fightful Select had to report on the matter, quote, Fightful has learned that Rollins in June of 2024, and as of a couple of weeks ago, there haven't been discussions regarding a contract extension. As you can imagine by his placement on the card, Rollins is well liked and respected within the company, and we're told that there will obviously be an offer made at some point, with WWE sources even indicating that he'd be made a priority. Fightful Select would further add that basically when they reached out to WWE about the validity of these reports, the company did not deny the claims, quote, when asking a WWE official, we were told we would not dispute that information as it pertains to his contract being up next year, and that Rollins would be made a priority. This is pretty massive news in all honesty, and some fans are already speculating that perhaps Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins could be done with WWE, at least for now, and focus on being parents, with one fan reacting to the news on Twitter or X by saying this, which got a lot of attention, quote, honestly, they are set. I wouldn't be surprised if they retire and focus on being parents, with another fan saying something along the lines of, it would be crazy if CM Punk's WWE return caused Seth Rollins to leave, quote, imagine Seth hating Punk so much that he actually leaves in June. I've said it a couple days ago, I'ma say it again, 2024 is gonna be roller coaster of a year in wrestling across all companies. I'm here for it. Another fan said, they may take a sabbatical or part-time after Money in the Bank to be a family, then maybe after a couple of years come back full-time, or the negotiations are taking a bit longer. Now with WWE likely planning a Seth Rollins and CM Punk feud for WrestleMania 40, do you guys think there is a chance that WWE books Seth Rollins to lose his World Heavyweight title to CM Punk on the grandest stage of them all, and out of frustration because Rollins doesn't like CM Punk, he along with Becky Lynch choose to leave WWE, whether permanently or temporarily, and not sign new contracts? Or do you feel like Rollins and Becky will re-sign with WWE at some point before their current deals expire? Now, prior to Seth Rollins coming out and interrupting the Cult of Personalities promo on Raw last night, CM Punk name-dropped former WWE star Mickie James, with Punk saying this, quote, a lot of people don't know this, but I debuted in this building. I had Mickie James on my arm, true story. We walked down that ramp, we got into this ring, and it was so good, I went back and they said, we're sending you to Kentucky, have fun in OVW. Mickie would get a lot of attention on social media after reacting to her name being dropped by CM Punk, with Mickie posting a photo walking down the ramp with CM Punk, with the caption reading, quote, that's my brother, that's my friend CM Punk, with a heart emoji, garnering nearly 15,000 likes on Twitter or X. Quite a wholesome moment, and in all honesty, we hope that Mickie James can return to WWE at some point, as her presence would definitely be welcome in the WWE's women's division, whether on Raw or SmackDown. Mickie would be an awesome return, so hopefully Triple H takes notice and perhaps tries bringing her back at some point. Well guys, that's it for today's major wrestling news. Make sure you leave a like and comment, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you'll never miss out on an episode. Finally, if you haven't already, give us a follow on Twitter at TSE Wrestling, and we will see you guys in the next video.